to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
Now, first down run with Henry that time as he maneuvers forward for about 4 yards.
Ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down now, it's Henry.
Derrick Henry, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's
the Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Henry on the carry.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Jesse Bates.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He was brought down.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He's got a first down past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
56. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Henry Ruggs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Derrick Henry. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
taken down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 7, Newton. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Yetur Gross-Matos, the rookie. That's why they drafted him, getting in there and making the play defensively.
Down. 3rd and long.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Touchdown.
Nick Boyle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. These two teams all tied after 1.
7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Jackson. Now he steps away. He'll run it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They're trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Intercepted by...
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Well, following the interception, here's Newton. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Arnie, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
56 to Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's third down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
Derrick Henry.
Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
Taken down at the 20.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Out of the gun, Newton being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, D.D. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They begin with Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
3rd and 2, Newton. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Sheds off the tackle, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. 56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And his kick is right through.
Packers 14, Eagles 7.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And now it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. This will make it into the end zone, and no return for Erickson out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter three, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Newton. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out of...
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's got room. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down at the 2. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Alex Erickson on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. The offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
50 seconds to mine. 50 seconds to mine. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Newton. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Looking long for Westbrook. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. D.D. Westbrook with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Down at the 28-yard line.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. 22 yards there, a first down. But I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
2nd and 6.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. John Ross with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Packers 35, Eagles 14.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Yetur Gross-Matos able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 30 big ones. Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson and CD. That one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise? Well, Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs. In the league.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 41. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.